iniquity. It's iniquity to come up with your own way of doing things and stamp his approval on it. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. What are you doing? Are you approving? Is God approving of what you're doing, or did you make him approve of it? Is he approving of this, or did you say, God, you approve this? Are you saying, God, and asking for your blessings on it? Listen, God don't put his blessings on anything that he don't bless and that he doesn't approve of. Y'all, let me go. I'm trying to get through. See, these demons are working around the clock, nonstop, to find opportunities to pull people back into destruction. Did y'all hear that? They're working nonstop to try to pull you back. I don't care who you are. You thinking you standing strong? Just think for a second. Now consider, lest you fall. Don't get so arrogant. Consider you. If the angels fell from heaven, if a third of the angels fell with Satan, how about me? We got to realize I got to stay under that blood. I got to stay in the spirit. Because, see, our problem is when we step out of the spirit, you open all kinds of dangers. These spirits is working, y'all. They're trying to find a way to get all of us. Y'all quiet on me. If I can't get you to sin, if I can't get to you through sin, I can get to you through your children. I can get to you through your husband or through your wife. I can make them stress you. And I can make them make you worry. I can make them cause you to stay up all night and not pray but cry. I can mess with your mind. He's after. Lord, I thank you. Hear this word. Hear this word. Hear this word. The Lord said, make sure you don't get boastful, because Satan every day is studying you. What is he studying? He's trying to find a weakness. He's trying to find a weakness. And that weakness is his foothold. To get in and start messing with you. You know what? Satan don't have to destroy your prayer closet. If he could destroy the prayer closet in you. If he could destroy the desire to want to go. If he could distract you from going. That prayer closet, everything in there. He ain't finna mess with that. That ain't what he threatened by. He's threatened by what's going on inside you. So if I can find a way to distract you, find a way to weaken you, you'll never get there again. This the wrong hour to have a lock on your prayer closet. Y'all, this is spirit out. It's in the air. If you can't feel it, you ain't saved. Only unsaved folks can't feel what I'm talking about, because the God of this world has blinded them. But if you saved, your eyes are open. And you can see what's, oh man, this was fighting me. And let me tell you something about a saint. You can't say. Your eyes open, right? So you can't tell me you don't know what it is that's keeping you hindered and not letting you go forward. The God of this world has blinded the eyes of the world, not the church. So you know, you can see clearly what you're dealing with. I just don't know what it is. You liar. You are lying. Your eyes is open. Your eyes been illuminated to the truth. You know what that battle is. You can see clearly now the rain is gone. Yeah, you can see it now, can't you? Pastor, I just don't know. Get out of my face. Go. Come back later. Because if you're saved, your eyes is open to what's happening. It's opening. Oh, God. What happened when Adam and Eve bit the fruit? Their eyes came open. Somebody, when you sin, your eyes come open. Wait a minute, I shouldn't have done this. Because now you're aware of what's right and wrong when you get saved. I can't get nobody. See, when you wasn't saved, you didn't have that knowledge of what you have now. Some things you did, you thought was right. You thought it was right. He hit me, I hit him back. Pow, pow. Because you thought it was right. And then you got saved. You know it ain't right. And some things you know you dealing with, you don't want to tell nobody. I don't know what it is, Pastor. Every time I try to do the right thing, I always do the wrong. Why? What's going on? What's happening? What's going? What you ain't letting go of? What ain't letting go of you? Y'all hear this now? I'm finna wrap it up. But I'm telling y'all, this is the hour. This is the hour, brothers and sisters. If your unfaithful wife ain't saved, don't be surprised she leave you. If your husband ain't rooted in Christ, don't be surprised if he walk up and leave you one day. This is the hour of apostasy. This is the hour of unfaithfulness. Come on, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. If you go home, all her stuff is gone. His stuff is gone. Well, y'all don't like this, do you? This is the hour of apostasy. And I told you, if it's happening in the church, it starts first in the house. Some of these folks is not saved and they'll do anything. And some of them just hanging around because of the kids. They're not with you because they love you. They with you because they don't want no confusion with the kids. Boy, it's okay. It's quiet on me. Uh-oh. I think I hit something there. Once they can figure out the kid situation, they gone. They gone. Y'all quiet on me. All them kids now, I can't just pop up and leave like that. Dog, man. Ask yourself, married people, ask yourself a question. If I didn't have kids, would you still be here? Let me walk a little bit on that guy. Not if I didn't have Christ. No, if you didn't have kids. If you didn't have all those children, will you still be here with me? Because the only thing motivating you is the children, not God. Something ain't right. And when a person is like that, they'll figure a way out. When a person won't out, they're going to find a way out. Come on, somebody. How you know somebody love you? They sticking there with you. Come on. They ain't trying to find a way out. They ain't trying to talk a way out. Y'all better hear me. Y'all quiet on me. Well, what if you didn't have them babies? After all that divorce talk you've been talking. What would you do? You got 3 now, 5 on the way. What would you do? What would you do? Would you still be there? Or is Christ the motivating factor? This is the hour, I'm telling y'all, one should be taken, one left in the bed, not just through the rapture. That's just through life. Some folks will leave you high and dry in their bed by yourself because they're getting tired of that saved life you living. Y'all come on, somebody. One taken, one left. One left in church, the other one back to the world. It's just what we are. You come to church by yourself, well, sister, such and such. It went back, but I'm staying. It's what we are. This is the hour we in. Pastors not coming back to churches no more. They giving up. Why? Because they went back. Left the church high and dry. Left. You'd be surprised. This stuff is happening. Y'all better hear this word today. Trying to get through. I'm trying to get through. I want to encourage your hearts. Be aware of what's going on in the air. There's a fever going on in the air. People getting that backsliding fever now. You know when a cold in the air, people, it's like airborne. That's an airborne spirit of apostasy and backsliding. It's spreading. It's spreading. It's spreading. And if you're not in God, it's going to get you. If your heart ain't made up, it's going to get you. If you're not sold out to God, it's going to get you if it don't already have you. Y'all better hear the word now. Get back rooted. Let me read this to you. I'm going to let you go. See, we don't get taught no more. People just want to. You know, sometimes people feel like if I didn't shout or dance, I didn't been to church. And then some preachers feel like if I didn't shout or crunk up the organ, I didn't preach. That ain't what no. This right here is going to get you ready for the rapture. It's going to get you back on your knees when you leave this church. Well, I can't get no, it's going to get you right. Knowing that it's going to take a fight. I bet you today, if you say, like you just said, I'm going back to prayer, I bet you the enemy going to make it hard. He's going to make it hard. If you ain't ready to resist the hard things, it's going to be another day left without praying. Because I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow come, same thing. Next day, same thing. I'm going to spend some hours in my Bible. Some come up, you're tired, you're sleeping. You don't feel like studying. Some coming on the TV. Time got by so fast. Man, I got to go and lay down. I got to go to work. And you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You're being pushed back. And what if the rapture come? And you told God, I'll do it tomorrow. In between the time he told you to do it and the rapture. What if he come back today? And yesterday you told him you would do it today and you didn't do it. Jesus is coming back. Y'all hear this today? How bad you want it? Some of y'all, I'm going to be straight up with you. Your mind ain't made up. Your mind ain't made up. It's still immaturity. Certain things you ain't letting go of because you ain't matured yet. See, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So when you become mature in the spirit, certain things that made you backslide, front slide, zigzag, and zag-zig, you leave that stuff alone. Come on, when you start maturing, you realize, wait a minute, man, I can't keep doing this. I got to go on and this is child's play. Come on, I got to let this stuff go. Can I get y'all quiet on me? That the youth, you know what youthful lust is? You know what youthful lust is? After 5 years, you still struggling with the same lust and desires you had when you first got saved. That's youthful. You should have dealt with that in your youthful stages of being saved. Now it's 5 years down the road. The same struggle. You know what that is? You ain't matured. You know what I heard the Holy Ghost just told me? He said, tell the saints, hurry up and mature. Ain't no process no more. Either you take up your bed and walk or leave it there. Ain't no, I'm trying to get it up. No, ain't no process. God said, either you take it up or stay right to where you are. It's quiet on me here. I just need counseling. You don't need counseling. You need a good old just laying it down. That's quiet. You just need a good old thing. Just letting go. Y'all quiet. See, y'all like this kind of stuff. Tell me, prophesy, pastor. Prophesy to me about my. No. I'm prophesying right now. Mature. Y'all quiet on me. See, yeah, I don't have Facebook. If I did, I wonder what it looked like if I was able to go on your page. Because your page gonna tell me how mature you are. Y'all don't have to like that, Sister Linda. What's on your Facebook page and FaceTime and all that stuff, and how you talk on it, and the words you use. Because if your Facebook make you get worldly, a worldly spirit come up on you for the moment, you need to get rid of it. What's up, dog? Yeah, man, yeah. No. You're not mature. Brothers, after being saved 5 or 6 years, the word dog should be out your vocabulary. What's up, dog? No, dog. Nah, dog. Now, me and my son play like we playing like that. But I'm talking about it's just something natural. Hey, now, dog. What's up, dog? That stuff, let me go. Anyway. I got to go because time is flying by. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Y'all all right today? Can I ask y'all a question? How can a person walk away from God or even contemplate walking away from the gospel after they have experienced the power of salvation? How? After experiencing the power of salvation, how can you walk away or easily contemplate walking away? First of all, he said, "Oh, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you that you should not obey the truth?" He said how Jesus was evidently preached to you. Your eyes saw the message. You experienced the salvation of Jesus Christ. How can you now walk away from something of such power and experience? How can you now contemplate walking away from that experience? What is that? Come on, see, that's when you're rooted. You can't find. But as folks now contemplating, I don't know, should I leave? Should I go? Should I sell out? Should I not? Or just have flat left? What is it? What? How can a person walk away from God like that? How could you become so foolish? How can you become so bewitched? You know, I'm going to say this real quick. The Lord spoke a word to me. I was in prayer. He said, Satan is hypnotizing people now. You know what hypnotize means? It puts you in an altered state of consciousness. And when you're in an altered state of consciousness, I can speak suggestions to you. See, the church have fell asleep. Now Satan putting suggestions in their minds to leave God. You allow entertainment make you fall asleep spiritually. Now suggestions come. Uh-oh. He's tick, tock, tick. Y'all better wake up in here. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Stuff is putting you to sleep. Putting you in an altered state of consciousness. And he's bewitching folks. So the question is, I'm going to let you go home when I get through. How can you walk away from this? After Christ have been so made plain to you. And the word fell in my spirit. Boy, I had some of the other scriptures to go to, but I ain't got time for it. They underestimated Satan's power of influence and his ability to infiltrate the mind. See, when you start playing with darkness, you don't realize how powerful Satan is to influence your mind. He tricked Eve's mind, didn't he? A lot of folks is being talked out of salvation now. And I was looking at Paul, and to let you go. I was looking at Paul, how he said, "Oh, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you?" Paul was a holy man. Paul was a sold-out man. So the result of people backsliding is not always a result of the preacher. Come on. It's not always the result of you not being taught. It's not always the result of you not being preached to. Sometimes it's a result of the people exposing themselves to the lies of the enemy. Boy, it's quiet on me here. Paul was preaching right. He was teaching right. But they opened their ears up to some lying tongues. Seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And guess what happened? They got bewitched. They got pulled out from the right course. And somebody been pulled out today. It's not because you ain't been preached right to. It's not because the teaching ain't right. It's because you opened yourself up to the wrong spirits. Boy, I can't get no help up in here now. I can't. Lord, it's quiet. You opened yourself up to something now. You can't shake it. Now it's moving. He said, who hindered you from obeying the truth? He said, this persuasion didn't come from God. What's persuading you to leave God right now? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you to leave the church? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you not to pray? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you not to read your Bible? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you to leave your husband? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you to leave your wife? That didn't come from God. What's persuading you not to come to church? That persuasion didn't come from God. Where that persuasion come from? That persuasion came from the devil. And I'm trying to tell you, he's persuading folks to backslide. He's trying to persuade you to come out of church. But somebody better get a grip. Somebody better get a grip. When the cross of Christ and the experience of salvation no longer has an effect on how you live and on your stand for the gospel of Jesus Christ, then something in your life has caused you to suffer spiritual damage. It don't bother you no more to sell out. It don't bother you no more to stay strong, and you ain't strong no more. It don't bother you. That's damage. Something have damaged you. Y'all quiet. You don't. It don't bother you that you don't pray no more. It don't bother you for missing a church service. Even though it was against your power, it was not within your power. Things just happened where you couldn't miss. It didn't bother you for not being able to come to church. You damaged. Come on, yeah, coming in late don't bother you. Thank you, brother. Coming in church late don't bother you. You damaged. You're not living the sold out life you used to live. Don't bother you. You're damaged. And you're heading back to destruction. It don't bother you no more that you're not close to the saints like you used to be. You don't bother you that your ship is wrecked. You shipwrecked. Your ship have wrecked in the sea. It don't bother you that you broke down. Boy, y'all quiet on me. Something ain't right. If it don't bother you, it's because you're damaged. The spirits of the earth damaging folks. And it's taking the spirit, it's taking the I don't care, it's giving them an I don't care spirit now. I don't bother me no more spirit. It's desensitizing you. When certain things you look at used to bother you, don't bother you no more. You desensitize. Something is wrong. You're damaged. If a TV show, which is nothing wrong with watching TV, nothing wrong with watching sports. Don't get me wrong, because I watch it. I mean, if I didn't watch it, there's nothing wrong with it. But if those things can get more out of you than God, you're damaged. Y'all quiet on me. And you're heading for destruction. This is an hour of apostasy. And ask yourself today, is Satan pulling me out with that spirit? And I'm sitting right here in church. And I'm not bothered by incorrect lifestyles and the lack of devotion no more. Brothers and sisters, it's time to come back to God. You could have backslidden and don't even know it. I have a lot more to go to, but I'm gonna stop here. You could have backslidden and don't even know it. That's the subtle thing about back. How do you know you backslidden? How do you know you backslidden? Notice the word. Backslide, not back run. Because slide takes a little longer than running, right? You could be backsliding easily and gently and don't even know you're going back because it's so slow. You don't backslide overnight. You slide back. Backsliding is a slow process. It's gradual. Every day you look up, you're going farther and farther back slowly. It's so slow till it's deceiving you. You still think you got the fire and the power. And now realizing every day you're going back. Every day. And the major sign that you're backsliding, the major sign that you are backsliding or backsliding is when prayer is not a priority. When you can just skip a day and don't bother you. You backsliding, baby. You backsliding because if you abide in me, I abide in you. To abide in him means I'm staying connected to him. When I lose the desire to pray, the desire to come to church, the desire to read my Bible, you backsliding. I don't care how you testify. Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord! You can say it all you want to. Because, see, sometimes the emptiest people make the loudest noise. Y'all quiet on me. What you going to do when you push your empty wagon? There's something you lacking. That's why you so loud. Y'all guys quiet on me. This is a backsliding generation. It's a wicked generation. It's an unfaithful generation. And I'm praying today, brothers and sisters, that God would get that wind out this church. Out the air, in the spirit, that spirit of I want it. It's in the church. And no pastor can say it's not in their church. I'm talking about pastors that's preaching sound doctrine. You cannot tell me it's not in your church. It's in the church. It's in here right now. It's somebody listening to me out there. In a stage where they're going sliding. You're sliding back. And you're going to slide so much till you fall into danger. He said, we're none of those that draw back, but we are those that believe this to the saving of our soul. He said, we're not those that draw back to prediction. Notice, slide back, right? Draw back. Then what's the last word? Perdition, destruction. You're going to slide back to destruction, and you're going to know you hit it till you fall in it. It's a slow pull back to destruction. You're going to find yourself not being able to come back in. And some people have no desire to come back to church no more because they slid back. And God said, I'm trying to prevent those that got some strength left, while there's any strength remaining, to build on that strength. Because if you lose a little you got, you in trouble. They can't even come to church no more. Slid. What happens when you slide? Sometimes the slide can be fast, but the slide ain't faster than a run either, though. At times I slid fast on ice and fell back, pow! The slide was slow, but the fall was fast. Y'all quiet. I said the slide is slow, but the fall is fast. See, you could be falling and have not yet failed. But when you fall, it's going to be hard. Somebody today going to have to come on back with it. You got to don't get drawn with all this wickedness. It's wicked out there, y'all. It's wicked. It's wicked. It's filthy. It's nasty out there. What do you want? What do you want back in the world? What do you want to go back to the world for? What do you want back out there? What is it? See, the devil's overpowering people's wills, Sister Linda. Some folks don't want to go back, but they can't help it. Because Satan got such of a strong grip on them. That stronghold so strong in their mind, they can't even resist it. They're telling me you got to do some hardcore resisting and work. Come on, church. Time out for being a lazy church. It's time to pray till you get deliverance. David said, I sought the Lord, and he heard my cry, and he delivered me from all my fears. If you can't seek him, you won't be delivered. I promise you. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. This is our backsliding. And I pray today, if you need that, if you feel yourself slipping, forget people, I need you to come down here. Let's get to this altar. God bless y'all for tuning in. Bless you. Yes, sir, please. Thank you. Come on now. This devil's